All right, well, we're back home now, and it's time to switch out our sights. So check it out. We have that CBE sight on the Hoyt VTM. It's a 3-pin, but we want something a little more adjustable. So we ended up getting this Accuhunter by Axcel, and it's a slider as well. It's not like my Arxos, so it's going to be a little more challenging, but you can see where the tape is and everything. And so what we're going to do, we have 3 targets out there, and this is something that Axcel says in the instructions on how to sight it in. You shouldn't have to shoot up to 60 yards because most people don't have a 60-yard range to shoot in. We're going to be doing 20, 30, and 40 yards, and then picking a sight tape from there. And hopefully the sight tape we pick will allow us to shoot 80 yards at the end of it. The reason we're doing this is we increased the poundage of our VTM to 60-pound draw, like we did with the Matthews lift, which went up to 70-pound draw. We did not change the draw length on this VTM this time. We kept it at 27.5 inches, but we're gonna change out the sights here and start working the 20-yard pin to see where we're at. I think we're ready. This will be quite interesting. I haven't shot in a bow like this with a sight in where it's just thrown on for the first time in a while. So the left to right is always interesting. We'll be fine. See how this goes. Should be interesting. We're shooting 20 yards. Ooh. I'm not sure where those are hitting. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna shoot low left because I think it might be going high. High right. Low left. Here we go. Oh my gosh, yeah. Ooh. We had to raise or lower that sight. That was shooting high. Yep. Ooh. Everything's shooting high. I'm gonna aim for the bottom. Okay, so basically what we saw is that the arrows are shooting very high, and I've pretty much dialed it as high as I can. So we're gonna have to adjust the sights a little bit. Again, still sitting at 20. It wasn't crazy high, so this is good. We can work with this. Still a little high. That's as low as I can roll it. So I can't go any more than where it's at. I can't put it any lower according to, without adjusting additional parts of the sight, which is fine. We can do that. Still slightly high. Okay, one more. We'll confirm it. But I'm pretty sure it's still slightly high. Then we'll have to make some additional adjustments. It's still slightly high. Okay, let's adjust. So for the past, I don't know, it was like 20 minutes. Whew, that was kind of a pain in the butt to adjust. I think we got it fixed though, because we needed to have the sight be able to raise higher so I could shoot 20 yards since it was shooting high. And the dial had already gone as high as it can, but we've moved the sight up. So this part here, we moved it up. So it used to be down here farther. We moved it up to this spot now. So it gives us more room to rotate the dial. Now, I am very curious to see where this is gonna sit now. I'm gonna push it like midway here. See where we're sitting. Really low, which is good. That's kind of what we were hoping for, in a way. That means I can dial it back more. I don't have to be right at the end, at the edge of the dial. No, that hit low. How low? Really low still. Shoosh. We're gonna try right here. That's looking way better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't even want to move it because I know I'm aiming slightly underneath the target. Nope. Still shooting low. Yeah, I think it's right about that. Maybe I'll go a little lower. That's it. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so I went ahead and marked on the sight tape where the 20-yard mark is, and we're now gonna go and try and shoot 30. And we'll do that for 30 and 40, and then we'll try to match up a sight tape. So there's 20. We're gonna say 30's about here. We're gonna try this at 30. A lot of it's guesstimation. That's why it's fun. That wasn't bad. That really wasn't that bad. Left, slightly low. There we go. That's what I thought. That last one was on me. Yeah, because I knew I was slightly low on that. So I think that's 30. All right. Now we're at 40 yards. This could be the last one I use for the sighting, and then we will pick a sight tape. So let's move this to where we think 40 might be. Let's try here. This is all trial and error. Really low. We'll get a slight adjustment. I don't want to go too far, too fast. Slight adjustments will make it work. I shot low. I feel like we're starting to get dialed in here. That was high. I punched that so badly. You could see me shaking. We're just gonna get our arrows. I like where that's sitting though for the sight tape, and we're gonna pick a sight tape. Okay, so how it works is you have a bunch of sight tapes in this packet, and what you do is you line up the sights here to which one matches where your knocks were for where you started, and it'll go all the way up to 100 yards. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, we have the sight tape put on the bow, and now for the ultimate test. My ultimate test, I did this with the Arxos. We sighted at 20, 30, 40, and if the sight tapes are true like they say they are, I should be able now, at 80 yards per my sight tape, at least hit the target. So let me make sure this is 80 yards, technically 83. So what we'll do is this, dial it up, 80, 81, 82, 83. Okay, 83 yards is now dialed in. I'm very curious to see how cool this is. Got my arrows. We don't need bullseye because, well, I'm not good at hitting a 80 yards bullseye, but we are definitely going to try and see if this hits target. So here we go. First shot. It would have hit target, but I hit to the left. Okay, I'm feeling confident now. I'm feeling way more confident now. Okay, and I also have a slight wind moving this way. That's why I think part of the reason I pushed to the left. Okay. Definitely at the left. Okay, this is awesome. All right, well, it wasn't perfect, but we did hit target at 80 yards, and I still think, even though I set it to 83, 85 or 84 would have done a little bit better, just based on where it was landing. Obviously, the left to right is fine. You can see where I mess up at those longer distances. Man, okay. The Axcel Accuhunter is what is on here. So the setup for the Accuhunter, it wasn't exactly easy. There were some issues, but overall, for the price, it's definitely something I'd purchase again. I'm not huge, though, on the way the sight tapes come. They're not pre-cut. That means you have to cut them yourself and then try to line them up on your sight. So that in and of itself is a little bit of a challenge, but overall, for the price, it's worth cutting out your own sight tape. I paid $250 for this compared to my Arxos, which was double that, at least $500 I paid for it. So I do think it's worth it. Again, it's on the Hoyt VTM, 60 pounds, 27.5-inch draw. We're shooting Easton Axis as well as Easton 6.5s, and we sighted in. pretty good. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to watch me sight in the Axcel Accuhunter. You should check one out, see if it works for your setup. I think it's worth it based on the price. And as you can see, just doing 20, 30, 40 yards, hitting 80, pretty cool to see. There's gonna be more content coming soon, obviously more archery, and we're still working on Project 1K. We're gonna do 1,000 pull-ups in a day. So keep those notifications on. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything, as we got more and more content coming out, and it's coming out often. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.